Did you know your dog knows when you'll be home from work based on how much of your smell is left in the house? Yep, dogs know quand tu devrais rentrer du travail à cause de la quantité de ton odeur qui reste dans la maison. Let's break it down and learn some useful French vocabulary along the way. Les chiens savent quand tu devrais rentrer du travail à cause de la quantité de ton odeur qui reste dans la maison. Dogs know when you are supposed to return from work because of the amount of your scent that is left in the house. So, les chiens means dogs. Savent means know, and this comes from the verb savoir, meaning to know. The phrase ils savent means they know, or you can put a plural noun in front of savent, such as les chiens. So, les chiens savent means dogs know. Quand means when. Tu devrais means you're supposed to, and this can also mean you should. It comes from the verb devoir, which we'll look at in more detail shortly. Rentrer de means to return from. Le travail is work. À cause de means because of. Then we have la quantité de, meaning the quantity of, or the amount of, and you'll see this a lot in French. We often have two words in English for every one word in French. Quantité can mean quantity or amount. Ton odeur means your smell or your odor. Qui means that, and the word qui has several meanings. It can mean which, who, or that. In this sentence, it means that. La quantité de ton odeur qui reste dans la maison means the amount of your smell that remains in the house. And that brings us on to reste, which means remains or is left. It comes from the verb rester, meaning to stay, to remain, or to be left. Dans means in, and la maison means the house or the home. Let's have a look at some example sentences for each word so we can really get to know them and how they're used in everyday French. Les chiens means dogs. Les chiens sont intelligents. Les chiens sont intelligents. Dogs are smart. J'adore les chiens. J'adore les chiens. I love dogs. Les chiens dorment beaucoup. Les chiens dorment beaucoup. Dogs sleep a lot. Then we have ils savent, which means they know. This verb comes from savoir, meaning to know. Let's conjugate savoir into the present tense. Je sais is I know. Tu sais, you know. Il sait, he knows. Elle sait, she knows. On sait, one knows. Nous savons means we know. Vous savez, you know. Ils savent is they know. And elles savent means they know in the feminine. So ils savent means they know, or you can use any of the conjugations to mean other people know. Ils savent la vérité. Ils savent la vérité. They know the truth. Tu sais pourquoi? Tu sais pourquoi? Do you know why? Nous savons quoi faire. Nous savons quoi faire. We know what to do. Quand means when. For example, je ne sais pas quand il arrive. Je ne sais pas quand il arrive. I don't know when he's arriving. Quand est le dîner? Quand est le dîner? When is dinner? Dis-moi quand tu es prêt. Dis-moi quand tu es prêt. Tell me when you're ready. Then there's tu devrais. Tu devrais, which means you should, or you're supposed to. I mentioned earlier that it comes from the verb devoir, which means must, or to have to. Let's conjugate this verb into the conditional. Je devrais, I should. Tu devrais, you should. Il devrait, he should. Elle devrait, she should. On devrait, one should. Nous devrions, nous devrions, we should, vous devriez, you should, il devrait, they should, and elle devrait, they should. So, tu devrais can mean you should, or even you're supposed to. Tu devrais te reposer. Tu devrais te reposer. You should rest. Tu devrais faire tes devoirs. Tu devrais faire tes devoirs. You should do your homework. Tu devrais partir maintenant. Tu devrais partir maintenant. You should leave now. Then we have the verb rentrer, which means to return or to come back. And you can place it with the word de to get rentrer de, meaning to return from or to come back from. So let's conjugate rentrer de into the present tense. Je rentre de means I come back from. Tu rentres de, you come back from. Il rentre de, he comes back from. Elle rentre de, she comes back from. On rentre de, one comes back from. Nous rentrons de, we come back from. Vous rentrez de, you come back from. Il rentre de, they come back from. Elle rentre de, they come back from in the feminine. So let's have a look at a few example sentences. Je rentre de l'école. Je rentre de l'école. I'm coming home from school. Tu rentres du travail à quelle heure? Tu rentres du travail à quelle heure? What time do you come back from work? Elle rentre des vacances demain. Elle rentre des vacances demain. She's coming back from holiday tomorrow. Le travail means the work or the job. J'ai beaucoup de travail. J'ai beaucoup de travail. I have a lot of work. Il va au travail en voiture. Il va au travail en voiture. He goes to work by car. Le travail commence à 8 heures. Le travail commence à 8 heures. Work starts at 8 o'clock. Then the phrase à cause de means because of. Je suis en retard à cause de la circulation. Je suis en retard à cause de la circulation. I'm late because of the traffic. On ne sort pas à cause de la pluie. On ne sort pas à cause de la pluie. We're not going out because of the rain. Il est triste à cause du film. He's sad because of the movie. Then we have the phrase la quantité de, which means the amount of or the quantity of. La quantité de sucre est trop élevée. La quantité de sucre est trop élevée. The amount of sugar is too high. Je limite la quantité de café. Je limite la quantité de café. I limit the amount of coffee. Quelle est la quantité de riz? Quelle est la quantité de riz? What is the amount of rice? Then we have ton odeur. Ton odeur. Your scent or your smell. J'aime ton odeur. J'aime ton odeur. I like your scent. Son odeur est agréable. Son odeur est agréable. Her scent is pleasant. Il reconnaît ton odeur. Il reconnaît ton odeur. He recognizes your smell. Then the word qui in French can mean who or that. For example, c'est la femme qui parle. C'est la femme qui parle. That's the woman who's speaking. J'ai un ami qui habite à Paris. J'ai un ami qui habite à Paris. I have a friend who lives in Paris. Le film qui passe ce soir est super. Le film qui passe ce soir est super. The film that is on tonight is great. Next we have the verb rester, which means to stay, or to remain, or to be left. Let's conjugate this verb into the present tense. Je reste, I stay or I remain. Tu restes, you stay or you remain. Il reste, he stays or he remains. Elle reste, she stays or she remains. On reste, one stays or one remains. Nous restons, we stay or we remain. Vous restez, you stay or you remain. il reste, they stay or they remain, and elle reste, they stay or they remain in the feminine. So reste can mean remains or is left. Il reste deux pommes. Il reste deux pommes. There are 2 apples left. Now you'll see this quite often with this verb. The phrase il reste is used first and then the thing that is left comes after. So il reste deux pommes literally means there remains 2 apples, or there are 2 apples left. Qu'est-ce qui reste? Qu'est-ce qui reste? What's left? Rien ne reste. Rien ne reste. Nothing is left, or nothing remains. Then we have the word dans, which means in. Je suis dans la cuisine. Je suis dans la cuisine. I'm in the kitchen. Il y a du lait dans le frigo. Il y a du lait dans le frigo. There's some milk in the fridge. Le chat est dans le salon. Le chat est dans le salon. The cat is in the living room. And then finally we have la maison. La maison means the house or the home. La maison est grande. La maison est grande. The house is big. Bienvenue à la maison. Bienvenue à la maison. Welcome home. Il y a 5 pièces dans la maison. Il y a 5 pièces dans la maison. There are 5 rooms in the house. So there you have it. I hope you picked up some useful French words and phrases in this lesson, and if you enjoyed it, there's plenty more where it came from. Make sure to follow 3-Minute Languages for more French lessons. If you want to learn French with me, you can find my course 3-Minute French at www.3minlanguages.com. Merci.